Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're out here with the DJI FPV and my brand new iFlight Nazgul Evoke F5, and we're gonna be doing a little versus video. We're gonna check out each of the drones, see the features of both, and then put them head to head and see which one's better. So let's get right into it. All right, so first up, we got the DJI FPV right here. On the DJI FPV, we got a 4K 60 camera. It's a DJI camera. We got 6S battery. It's a DJI battery pack. It's a smart battery pack, so you don't have to worry about doing all the weird FPV charging stuff. So that's kind of nice. Just snaps in there. I have prop adapters on here. So actually, in today's test, we're running the exact same propellers on both drones. They're Gemfan 51433s, running them on both drones, so we won't have that variable. We have forward collision sensors that we won't be using because I'll be flying it in manual. But if you're flying it in normal mode, then you can. This drone also has like full, it's kind of like just a Mavic if you want it to be. You could put it in full normal DJI mode and just fly it around and have it so if you take your hands off the controller, it's not going anywhere, nothing's gonna happen to it. But it's an FPV drone, so who really wants that? Other than that though, that's about it. Gets controlled with the DJI controller too and the DJI goggles. I'm going to be controlling both drones with the exact same setup. This one has a DJI O3 air unit in it, so I can connect with this setup and fly this drone. So we'll be flying exact same controls. This drone over here, like I said, has the same propellers. We have a 6S battery, but this is a hobby grade 6S battery, so it's a little bit different charging it, and it's a little bit more that you have to worry about. This drone also has GPS, but it does not have like a full GPS hold while you're flying it. It's only for GPS return to home. So if I lose signal with the drone or something happens and I need it to return to home, I can tap a button and this guy will return to home. So that's pretty nice. This guy has a full carbon fiber frame. It has a dead cat style to it so that the props will never be in the camera view, which is actually pretty cool. It's something that this drone does that this one can't. This one has the props in the view. So that's kind of cool. But other than that, and the fact that this one looks obviously like an FPV drone and this one looks like a crazy looking DJI drone, that's about it. So I think let's get the Nazgul up in the air first, see what the real FPV drone looks like up in the air, and then we'll put the DJI FPV up. Let's get into it. All right, so with the Nazgul, it's real simple. Just strap the battery to the top of the drone. I already have my remote and my goggles on. We'll plug it in and we'll just put it over here on the ground. Wait for everything to link up. And I also have to wait for the satellites to hit the GPS. And then once the satellites hit the GPS, I'm good to take off. Everything's linked up with the drone. Let's get it up in the air. Oh, we got arm up. Start recording for you guys. It's a little bit windy out here. As you guys can see, 5-inch 6S FPV absolutely rips. Damn, we got crazy wind out here. He's incredibly nimble. Just slides in wherever you want to go. Power to weight ratio on this thing is like 10:1, I believe. So it's like there's literally nothing that you can't throttle out of. It does flips like I'm hitting a button. Like it could do flips in its sleep, no issue. crosswind right there. Doesn't care. A little dive down through the goalposts. A little rough, a little windy. As you guys will see, the DJI FPV is definitely going to get blown around a lot more than this. And it's not going to be as nimble. FPV is kind of like flying a Mack truck through the air a little bit. One punch up, straight free fall down. The hang time that this drone has is also really crazy. Ooh, that headwind there is crazy. Alright, I think you guys get the idea of what the Nazgul is all about. Let's bring it back and we'll put the FPV up in the air. We're actually going to be landing these two drones exactly the same way. You can land the DJI FPV in normal mode if you want to, but I'm just going to be getting it close to the ground and disarming just like this. Just get it right up to the ground, turn the motors off, stop recording, and we'll go pick up the drone. Alright, so with the DJI FPV, it's the same thing. I just linked it up to the remote in the goggles. I did have to change from the O3 air unit setting in the goggles, like I'm flying on the O3, to flying DJI FPV in the settings, and then restart the goggles and then link them up. But I mean, that's easy. Did that real quick. We're all synced up. We're gonna put this thing down over here. We're gonna power it up. And we'll show you guys how she flies. Alright, so we got everything linked up. We got the drone hooked up to my phone, because with the DJI FPV, you have to have it linked up to the phone to get the remote ID to the drone, which is pretty stupid, but you got to do it. So we got it, and we are going to, with the DJI FPV, if you want to take off in manual, no matter if you have your switch already in manual, you have to flick it into normal mode and then back into manual mode, and then you're all set. So I'm going to start recording for you guys. We'll get going. Alright, so already this thing compared to the Nazgul does not turn the same way that it does not have the punch that the Nazgul does, doesn't have the free float, it's definitely not as fast. What is cool about this drone though is you can change camera angle on the fly. So I can, if I want more camera angle, got 22 degrees now. Get a little too much though. Back down to 10. Overflow lot for the car dealership. I think a change of rates on this drone might help it out a little bit, but as you guys can see, it's a little bit more prop washy than the Nazgul. The Nazgul with the O3 definitely has a better camera than this guy. So like the Nazgul would have kept flopping there, would have made it around that light. See, this is just not smooth. What is that noise? Was that the drone?
It's a car.
Oh. You sure?
I just watched it drive by.
Alright, good. Sounded like the drone when I came up through there. It wouldn't surprise me if this goofy thing.
Little metallic thing.
Thought the prop adapters were loose or something. The wind is really not helping this drone's case. See, out of that, we're getting a little prop washy. Nazgul would not have done that. The flips are weird. This looks like it's not supposed to be doing that. But it is a cool little drone. My goggles all wrong. So a full punch. Full speed, doing about 80 miles an hour. I've had this thing up over 90 with these props on it and a tailwind. But I mean, the Nazgul will do 120 with no tailwind. So I mean, it's honestly kind of slow. I remember when this thing first came out and DJI advertised that they had a drone that did 90 miles an hour, and it was like, wow, that's crazy. Now it's like, some of these FPVs are just crazy fast. I think you guys got the idea. Let's bring this guy in for the landing. I'm gonna land this guy the same way I landed the other one. Just because of the way it's shaped, it might have a little bit of a rough landing. Let's see if I can stick it. You had a double tap to disarm too, which kind of screws with me sometimes. A lot of wind. Yep. Stop recording. Go see if I screwed up a prop. Alright guys, so as you can see, the DJI FPV definitely cannot keep up with where a normal 6S 5-inch FPV drone is at. A normal 6S drone is way more nimble, way more maneuverable. If they're running the O3 camera, it's going to have a better camera on it. They're more fun to fly. The DJI FPV is kind of, I'm not going to say it's good for beginners, because it was my first drone that I got and I was afraid to fly it because it's not as durable as something like this. Like, I was less afraid as a beginner to fly something like this because I knew if I crashed it, either I would just break an arm and I can order a new arm on Amazon and fix it myself, or I would just at best snap a prop. But actually I haven't crashed that yet. Whereas with this, if I crash it, I'm gonna have to pay $100 from DJI, $200, $300 for them to send me a new drone after it completely got destroyed because of the way it's built. And on top of that, it also kind of turns like a Mack truck. All right, so you guys let us know down below in the comments which one you like more. Do you like the DJI FPV? Are you for the full like Mavic and like FPV feel in the same drone where you have full GPS and you could fly like an FPV? Or are you guys with the full FPV drone with, actually this one has GPS return to home, so if anything happens, theoretically the drone will come back. But for the most part, that's a full out FPV drone, and it's not like this with the full GPS. So let us know what you guys think, and hopefully we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.